Port Saint Lucie real estate is still on fire and fuego. If you're an out-of-state buyer, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Boston, or even if you're local, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, there's a blueprint that I have that can help you secure your resale home and eliminate a lot of your competition. Hey, Jonathan BJ Hayes here, local realtor in beautiful Port Saint Lucie, Florida. Thank you once again for tuning into the home of Port Saint Lucie Real Estate. As always, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share the videos, and sign up for the notifications so you always know when I release a new video. In the description below, all my contact information is there. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Port Saint Lucie, hit me up. I'm here to help you. So this week, I want to talk about what's going on in the real world. I call it real talk. If you're looking to buy a house in Port Saint Lucie, that is a resale house, meaning somebody's already bought it and lived in it, you're going to need to have patience. And there is a certain system, I call it a blueprint, that I have found that gives you the best opportunity to purchase that home. All right, you ready? Let's go. So the reason why the prices are so high, astronomical, going up every week, it's as simple as this. There's no inventory. COVID has made people crazy. And it's just pure fear-mongering, okay? With that, we live in Florida. So naturally, it's paradise here. Everybody already wants to live here, but now with this COVID thing going on, everybody is saying, it's time to leave the Northeast, it's time to leave the Midwest, and we are going to paradise, baby. We're going to enjoy our last 40 good years in the sunshine. And everybody runs to Florida. They go to Miami. Miami's overcrowded. Housing prices are almost $200,000 more, can't afford it. They go to Fort Lauderdale. They go to West Palm Beach, and then they get to beautiful Port Saint Lucie, Florida, and say, wow, we actually have a yard. The houses are newer. Oh, I want it. Well, guess what? There's not a lot of houses to sell because we have very little inventory. So here we go. You got to play the game. All right. So number one, financing. All right. I need to explain this whole thing to you. So imagine you're a seller. You're getting ready to sell your house. And you've got all these people that want it. Well, who should I sell to first? The person that's going to give me the most and close the fastest. And who is that in today's market? What do they say? Cash is king. Cash buyers rule the roost. Especially if you're buying between $250 and $350, you're going to have cash buyers that you're competing with, okay? So you're already behind the 8 ball if you're buying with financing, all right? If you are buying with financing, I hope you are a conventional buyer. Because as a seller, if I can't find a cash buyer, I want at least a conventional buyer. All right? Conventional buyer usually has to have a higher credit score. They usually will put more money down, and they also can put more money in escrow. So usually the more effort, the more money somebody puts into it, guess what? They're more likely to close. And there's a less of a chance that they're going to not qualify, or if the house doesn't appraise, they're more willing to come out of pocket with that difference. The next type of financing is FHA. It's not perfect, but you can still buy it, but you're behind cash and conventional. And VA. I love my vets. I work with a lot of VA buyers. We are at the bottom of the totem pole, okay? We are at the bottom, and that's because VA loans, you don't have to put any money down. You still have to do an escrow deposit, but no money down technically. And the VA is more stringent on the house when they come to do their appraisal. So there may be little things wrong with the house that even you as a VA buyer say, I don't care about. VA is going to say, no, they got to fix it. So cash, conventional, FHA, VA. There you have it. Number two, be pre-approved before you start the process. So if you've watched any of my other videos, when you call me, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, are you pre-approved? If you're pre-approved, great. Send me the pre-approval and let's go look at houses and get you a house. If not, I've got plenty of lenders that you can call and they'll work on getting you pre-approved. You have to be pre-approved now more than ever because a lot of these agents are telling me, Jonathan, I only want pre-approved people in my house. So if your people aren't pre-approved, don't even come my way until they are. All right? We straight on that? Good. Third, your contract needs to have no contingencies. That means you can't say, hey, Jonathan, I want that house. Will the seller give me $10,000 to close? Ain't happening. Pre-COVID, you had a shot. Now, ain't happening. The next thing is, the other contingency you can have is, hey, Jonathan, we want that house, but I got to sell mine. You used to be able to write, well, you still can write into the contract, hey, this contract is contingent on me selling my house for $500,000 before I can buy yours. In today's market, let me tell you what they're going to do with your offer. Ball it up just like this and throw it out. Gone. Goodbye. That's what will happen. So we have to have all that taken care of. So unfortunately, if you do have a house to sell, you need to sell that house before you think about buying another one in today's resale market. Okay? Next, you need a good earnest money deposit. Think about this. A customary earnest money deposit is usually 2% of purchase price. So if you're buying a house that's $300,000, that means you need an earnest money deposit of at least $6,000. Now, I do everything in my power to get my people into houses with the least amount of money out of pocket. In the good old days, a year ago, I would say, we'll put $2,000 down, you're good. Now, sellers want to see that you're serious because it's just not your contract they're looking at. They're looking at, in some cases, one house I saw and put an offer on, 22 offers. Yeah. What one are you picking? So be realistic when it comes to how much money are you going to put down in an earnest money deposit. Number 5, follow the inspection period. So with most of my buyers, I try to get you a 10-day inspection period. That means for whatever reason, once we have a bilateral signed contract between both parties, you could cancel at any time within those 10 days and still get your earnest money deposit back. So let's say you put down a $20,000 earnest deposit and we're in day 4 and you do your inspection and something comes up you don't like on the inspection, the seller doesn't want to negotiate, you can say, hey, I'm canceling the contract. You're good. All parties cancel. You get your 20 grand back. But let's say it's after those 10 days. Oh, then it gets a little tricky. So we're going to make sure that you stay inside of your inspection period to give you an out. I can tell you this. I try to get 10 days. I have sellers balking, say, no, you got 5 days. And during that inspection period, by the way, for whatever reason, you could say, Jonathan, I was drunk. I had a rough day at work. Whatever, you can cancel and get your deposit back. All right? So, number 6, you may not want to hear this, but here's what it is. You got to be willing to pay over asking price if you want a chance to buy anything. Because this is what's going on. Sellers agents are very smart. I don't even call these house sales anymore. They're straight up auctions, people. Okay? So what they're doing is, if they know ultimately the house is going to sell for, let's say, $305, they'll list the house at $260 and let everybody fight over it. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. No, this, no, that. It's like eBay. They run up the bid. So you put it lower, you bring everybody in, and then you let them bid it up so you're not the bad guy. That's what's happening. Real talk here on this channel. So the other thing I'm going to caution you with is I'm seeing more and more. Let's say I'll have people call me and say, hey, Jonathan, I just saw this house. It just went on the market 20 minutes ago, because people are like stalking houses now because that's the only way you can get what you want if you're buying resale. And I'll make a call and I'll say, hey, we want to see the house. And they'll say, you won't see this one until Saturday. Well, what do you mean? Well, we've decided, seller has decided, that there's only going to be one open house. It's from 11 to 3 on Saturday. At that time, you can come. Everybody's got to have a mask. And we will decide on Sunday who gets it. Send your highest and best, because I will not be calling people back because there's going to be too many offers on the house. So that's what's going on here in today's Port St. Lucie market during COVID. So be prepared to go over asking price. If not, good luck. You're probably not going to get it. I wish I could tell you something different, but real talk. Number 7, you can always waive your appraisal contingency. Now, I don't technically say everybody should do this, but for my people that tell me, Jonathan, I have to have that house, waiving your appraisal contingency is something that looks very advantageous on a contract. That means that every FAR contract has 2 outs basically for you as a seller. 1 is your inspection period. 2 is your bank appraisal. So let's say the house is selling under contract for $350. The bank comes back and says it's worth $330. You don't have to buy it because it's over. The seller can either lower it down to what your contract says. Ain't happening now because there's so many cash buyers and there's so many buyers. They're going to sell it for more than what they were going to sell it to you. So they say, kick rocks. We'll sell it to somebody else, cancel. Or you can say, hey, I guarantee that I will go this much above if it comes back with the appraisal light or short. But remember, you got to pay that difference out of your pocket. So you would have to be a seller that can prove, hey, I've got another 45 or 50 grand in the bank outside of what I'm paying for the house. Hey man, I can cover that. I'm good. So if you're a person like that, you can always waive your appraisal contingency. Number 8, act quickly. Hey, I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm not trying to do nothing. I can only tell you these houses sell like that. You see how fast my hand went? Like that? That's how fast these houses are selling. So if you drag your feet and, oh, me and my wife got to go think about it over the weekend, you ain't getting the house. So right there, that is the blueprint of what you need to do to secure a resale house in today's Port St. Lucie market. I know this video was a little longer, but we have to have this conversation because if I don't tell you the rules to engagement, you're going to be very, very disappointed. And I personally don't care for the market right now, but it is what it is. You're either going to have to decide, hey, we need a house, we want a house, we're going to pay these prices now, or do like some people want to do. Sit on the sideline and ask me every day, when's the market going to crash? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. All as I can tell you, ever since last May, COVID, prices have just been going up, 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 up. And more people have been calling me to go look at houses and bidding on houses. So that's all I can tell you at this point. Jonathan B.J. Hayes, local realtor in beautiful Port St. Lucie, Florida. Thank you for tuning into the channel. As always, subscribe to the channel. If you like what you heard today, ring that bell. Sign up for the notifications. Share the video. Until we meet again, stay safe and be blessed.